All right, what's up, nerds? Back with another weekend vlog. We got another Friday, Saturday, Sunday triple threat where we did a bunch of different stuff, but it actually went by pretty quick. So Friday was a mainly lifting, editing, and trying to get stuff done before the weekend vlog. You already know what it is. Wake up, make the bed, get the standard stuff done, try and keep the days as consistent as we can as far as getting the healthy stuff done. Making the bed maybe not necessarily be healthy body wise, but it's healthy brain wise. And after that, head over to the window. Finally, we got a day with some nice sun out. So salute the sun, have a nice little blast of sunlight. I had to move that little box because it was right in the correct position to stop the sun from blasting me in the face. After that, just doing some warm up, like nothing crazy. I mean, I know this looks fucking stupid and there's no like health benefit really at all. It's just like this is my cat routine. There's a bunch of different cats that do all sorts of weird shit. This is my weird shit. I just like to just flex on them, just fucking feel to my ass, feel to my arms, feel to my core, feel in my neck. Just get my nice little stretch out and nice little salute the sun, start the morning. After that, you already know, got to get the bunny his munchies. I got to start, first got to start checking the banana because they're, like we talked about in one of our previous vlogs, there's a banana disease that makes the inside of bananas kind of disgusting. So I make sure to check and see that there's no gross banana inside parts before giving it to my fatty baby. Going to get him his kale munchies, God, because he's just the kale banana munchie. I mean, it is just like it's fun because it kind of reminds me and helps me stay consistent in my diet because it's like, well, for the last like 5, 6 years or something, Tyrone hasn't complained once about his kale and banana munchies in the morning. I mean, he seems to fucking love it. So, I mean, what's the matter with me? I can't be happy with like having delicious organic like fruits and food in the morning, and then you already know, gotta have my grateful to be alive moment and my bunny rabbit pets with Tyrone. Just a nice little break from the morning routine where it's like, okay, time to be present, time to enjoy petting my Tyrone, time to spend a little bit of every day has a nice little routine. Every day has a million different things to do. Every day's got the chance to just get lost in the world. And so I enjoy my minute and a half, 2 minutes of time that I get to spend with my Tyrone, and at least while I can, make sure to be appreciative for what I got, appreciative for life, appreciative that I spend this time with him. And so there's no sped up, there's no editing, there's no anything. It's just you guys get to watch me enjoy loving my Tyrone baby and being grateful to be alive. And once that time's done, you already know it's time to brush the teeth. It's time to get the my weight done. So this day was a big time morning. While I'm doing stuff in my morning routine, I'm watching videos, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm doing whatever. And another big thing about brushing your teeth and like teeth healthcare, and because I kind of talked about it a little bit before, is I don't know how many cavities I've had my whole life as a kid. It's probably a lot because I used to eat a significant amount of sugar, or significantly more sugar than I have now. And it's something that's really, my dentist tells me, he's like, wow, you've gotten significantly less cavities than you used to have in the past. And I don't see them a whole lot, compared to when I used to go to my dentist all the time. And this is because I don't have really a whole lot of sugary stuff anymore. And so I'm not having cavities like I used to have all the time. And so, get my weight, go over to my calendar, make sure to write down my weight, make sure to write down any little things about the morning, anything about, how I feel, if I have water, if I've pooped, if I ate before bed, anything like that, to write it down in my little calendar. And after that, this is something that I remember to record that I do every day, but I forgot. I honestly haven't been recording it just because these plants are like pretty high up. They're like on top of a shelf. But this is my little plant, like little garden, and it's just they don't like smell or anything. They're honestly pretty easy to take care of, but it's just like Tyrone. I've got my little plant babies, and I make sure to give them some water in the morning, and they've got their own little dedicated light. And after that, it's time to send a stream in the morning, get my little green screen down, and then it's time to do some video editing, do some eBay stuff. This weekend, I'm going to. Well, you'll see later in the video, but I'm going to be doing some eBay traveling up to Vermont and doing some sales stuff. So doing a little bit of eBay work in the morning. Then after that, we're going to be sending a stream where I'm going to be editing the vlog and editing some videos and getting some like email sent out because it is Friday. So unfortunately, it would be nice if everything is open 24/7, but unfortunately everything is not open 24/7. So got to make sure I get this stuff sent out and get some emails taken care of, which actually it's now Monday as I record this, and I'm following up because some of the stuff I ended up getting refunded all of my money on Fiverr because this one guy, it took him 2.5 weeks to tell me that he wasn't going to be able to do something, which totally is not annoying at all. It totally was not but hey, learning lesson. Now in the future, I know not to just have the one thing like that. So today, actually Monday, hopefully we'll have it in Monday's vlog coming up. But we will have made more progress as far as getting the lightsabers taken care of and getting the first draft and step file and 3D printed stuff going. So, yep, sent all that eBay stuff, did all of that, and now we've got our Streamtown, which is, or the ending of the stream, now that we're done doing all of the vlog, the voiceover, and stuff like that. And I just wanted to include this because, I go through and I record all of this stuff, so I might as well have included it in the vlog, right? Why not? And subscribe to the YouTube or Rumble. I sent the link before, and have a great one. Deuce. Or I guess I gotta say what I said in the vlog. Smoke grass, eat ass, be excellent to each other, and as always, I will see you in the next video/stream. Deuces. Perfect. That's good. That's good. Good on that, baby. Let's go make some munchies. All right, so today's munchies are going to be a rather simple combo. So first off, I got a bunch of dumplings left over, and they're just like simple pork dumplings. So take those out because those are just like super easy peasy protein bites. Throw some salt on those, make sure that they're good. Oh, baby, nice and crispy, awesome. And after that, we're going to be making the main meal, which is some pasta and some meat sauce protein stuff. And that's because we're going to be doing a whole lot of lifting today. And want to make sure that I have plenty of protein, plenty of energy. Throw that in the air fryer. And after that, we're going to go feed Tyrone. Hey! Oh, do you not want munchies? Oh, but I have this delicious plate of the munchies for my Tyrone. Oh, and yes, there he is. Oh, 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 there he is. There he is. Oh, 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 oh. No. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you already know me. I don't turn down food if it's something that I can make work. I'm not really a big pasta guy or bread guy. If I'm going to be doing carbs, it's going to be vegetables or potatoes. But, again, I'm not going to throw away food that's given to me. And honestly, my parents, who are the people that give me this food, I don't really want them to be like carving up out of their mind because they really don't do a whole lot of exercise or stuff like that. So I take it and eat it, throw a whole bunch of protein on it. You already know, try to make the best of it that I can. After that, relax, lunchtime, enjoy lunch, enjoy hanging out. Gonna stay ready, and keep myself motivated to do work. So throw on Dr. Disrespect, throw on some manga, get a nice little enjoyment out of today's lunch. Wow, what is the grammar of all of that? What did all that mean? And after that, oh my God, what is this Cloverfield shaky cam? Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, going to the gym where we're going to do some lifting. Got the bands for the warm up, the light like red band. If you get anything on Amazon, it's usually all the same colors. The red band is usually the lightest band. Doing three main things. We're going to be doing shoulders, stretching. We're going to be doing external rotation. And then we're going to be doing kind of like front delt lifts like you just saw. And that's mainly because I had a little bit of tightness on that front shoulder, front delt. And so I wanted to do external rotations for the outside. I'm doing the kind of shoulder mobility turn. You could see me kind of grimace a little bit. That's because it looks like I'm going real fast in this, but at regular speed, I'm going much slower through that point where it hurts, and I'm really trying to focus on the contraction and focus on the stretch, and it was actually really good. Got my shoulders nice and warm, and so after that, I like to start off my lifts with the hardest thing that I can do, or the thing that needs the most energy. And so while I do have my resistance bands for help, because this machine's actually broken, the assisted pull-up dip machine, and I don't have it on camera, I end up blasting out some body weights without assistance. But basically, my dip and my pull-ups are what I want to work on the most right now. And so I start them off, try and get as many good, clean reps as I can, as strong and as controlled reps as I can. So that's my first main exercise. If I had the machines for it, I would be doing either a pull down machine or a chest press machine. I mean, I end up finding the machines later in the day, but they are not, I really like doing incline, and I really like the seated push down machines. They didn't have a seated push down machine. They had an incline chest, but I prefer the incline chest machines. They just don't feel the same as a weighted incline press machine, but the combo of this feels like, because I can do neutral grip on this pull-up. So if you look at the hands on some of them I'm doing wide grip pull-ups, and some of them I'm doing neutral grip. I like to alternate between the two of them. And then after that, I do you could see on the machine actually for the dips, the closed grip dips, you can spin the handles out and do them wider. But I really just don't like maybe it's because my bone structure, this just feels like a much better, mechanical setup, having it with the closed grip like that. And yeah, here you can see I'm doing the neutral grip pull up. I'm trying to get my knuckles over the handle. I'm not trying to pull up with my fingers. I'm trying to pull up with, my knuckles around the bar. But I was getting like pretty freaking gassed at this point, because my weight, I used to be around 185 and now I'm like 195. So it's definitely tougher to do these body weight. But again, that's why I do the double resistance bands, because I normally just use the purple, but I threw the black on there as well, just because I wanted to try and get through as many sets as I could. I think I did 5 sets of like 3 or 4 for the two of them. So after that, I'm obsessed with tricep pull downs. I just I do tricep pull downs and then tricep push downs, because the tricep pull downs like we're doing right now with the rope is mainly for the underneath of the tricep, like, or the underneath the elbow, the bottom part of the tricep, the long head of the tricep, I guess. And I'm just like obsessed with these. I'm making some real nice progress. You can see up or see at my hands now, I end up moving the grip a little bit higher up on the ropes to where I'm almost near the point where they're connected. And that is really, it makes it a slightly bit easier, very slightly easier, but I like it because it lets me get more of a flare out with my wrists. So my wrists almost end up flat facing the ground. And when I'm pulling the rope from the bottom, I end up losing my form a little bit. So I'm kind of gripping like this just to get a better form. And you can see making sure to engage my core, and I'm almost, my head is getting pretty close to touching the rope, and that's because I'm trying to keep my core engaged as I'm doing these tricep pull downs. Then we go over to tricep push downs. This one is more of like the medium, like middle head of the tricep. I'm terrible with the definitions. I have to work on those. I know the area that is activating. I'm just terrible at the scientific term for it. I gotta get better at that, to be honest. And so, but you could see that this is more of a pushing straight down, and I'm not letting it get as high. I'm not letting it reset as high all the way up. I'm trying to stop the bar when it comes to about chest height, because that's really what helps activate the pushing mechanic aspect of it. Because really, we want to be pushing down with the triceps. It's the same kind of motion that we were doing on the dip machine. And so after this, switch it over. I like doing this order of stuff because now I've got the straight bar, so I can just go straight over to bicep curls. I just love these. They're my favorite bicep exercise. You can do there's all sorts of ways to augment this. Something you could notice, I'm trying to keep my shoulders back and low. I'm trying not to have them activated. If anything, I'm just keeping them in place. And then we're really focusing on just squeezing the bicep. And it's honestly, you could see how crazy of a pump I am. I mean, when you look at the side, you could see my tricep. It's like sticking out from my shoulder, just to show, emphasize how good of a pump that is, doing the tricep pull downs and the push downs back to back. And so we're keeping the elbows tucked in, keeping the shoulders low and back, and really keeping the core engaged, leaning forward slightly and pulling a nice bicep curl. And if anything, you could see I'm curling up to my head. That's one of the things you could do to augment this exercise, is to keep it all the way up, or to pull all the way up. And after that, we're done with arms, and we're going to go to back, because remember, we started with pull-ups and the dip stuff. So we did the tricep and the dips and the bicep, and now we're going to go on to the back and do some back exercises. I end up finishing with a little bit of chest, just because I'm trying to work on my chest more. So I like to throw in more chest. It might be considered overtraining by some people. I don't think it is, because I would have to be doing some pretty heavy weight and really doing like 3 or 4 more exercises for chest. I end up only doing 2 chest exercises, and it's not really at insane weight. So I don't consider it overtraining. As my routine progresses, as my lifts progress, I'll definitely taper it out and just probably do more push-ups than anything, push-ups before bed. But so this is just a, lat pull down, simple, pretty self-explanatory. After that, going to go to some tricep push-ups. It's like a converging tricep, it's tricep, converging shoulder push-up machine, I think is what it's called. And so I'm doing some neutral closed grip in the beginning, and you could see obviously gripping the handles pretty much like at the middle handle. And after that, I'm going to be switching it up to some wide grip tricep push-ups. You can see, and or I mean, I said tricep again. Oh my god, shoulder push-ups, and you can see it's significantly harder and less range of motion. And so I do the neutral grip first, and after that I end with the wider grip because it's more of a strength building exercise. And so I want to make sure that I'm nice and loose. I'm got a good range of motion with the neutral grip. And then after that, when I'm feeling good, then I can change to wide grip. So here's one of the 2 chest exercises we're doing. I'm feeling cocky. I'm like, ooh, let me throw that shit up. And I was like, oh no, that is too heavy. And the other thing is like with this machine is it's like, damn, you talk about wanting to feel jacked. Sheesh, look at those arms when you're doing this. God damn. I mean, like, whoo, talk about feeling fucking thick. I mean, like, and part of it is, you know, the t-shirt, the way the t-shirt's cut, family, Fast and the Furious. But the other part of it is, you know, my arms are fucking pumped as fuck after this workout, dude. I mean, like, Jesus. But yeah, so this is a great machine, especially if you're really not feeling it in your chest, because you can see that my arms, the angle of my arms where my elbows are, I'm not pulling in from my arms. I'm really squeezing my chest, and that's what's, you know, closing this. You don't have to do heavy weight at all on this. I think I'm literally doing like 110, 120 pounds or something on this, and the chest activation and the chest squeeze on this is just top tier. And you can really see how, I mean, it's visible if you just look at my tits or look at my chest or whatever. You could see right between the shirt, the squeeze that's happening and the chest being activated. So I'm just, you know, this is not I'm not overtraining my chest. This is just to activate the chest. After that, doing some incline. This is one of the end exercises, and you can see, I mean, again on this, I'm doing maybe like I think I was on like maybe 120, maybe like 100 to 120. I don't remember which I was on, but you can see I'm only getting in a couple reps and then doing some partials to close out. But I'm like really, I mean, my chest is fully activated. Because I've done everything with my arms already, I'm not lifting with anything aside from my chest with this. And so we're just getting some nice blood flow, building that mind muscle connection, and getting ourselves ready for a chest day later in the week. And that's just, you know, why I like to throw this in, because it's not really like I'm working chest, you know, quote unquote. I'm just, you know, throwing some in there just to remind my body for what's going to happen later in the week. And that's pretty much it. Close out the exercise, or close out the routine with a little bit of this, and then it's time to head into the hot tub and the sauna. Obviously, don't record any of that because you know, I can't record any of that. And then it's time to get home, where doing the last bit of the enjoyment factor of the day. So I ended up doing a time lapse by accident. But yeah, you know, I got Dyrome with his munchies, getting to some pets, getting some good boy pets, playing some PS5, relaxing, enjoying the end of the night. I mean, yeah, you could be working. Yeah, you could be grinding the midnight oil. I know that does not help me. I know that does the opposite of help. That makes me wake up more fatigued. That, you know, just makes my work less efficient. And so I just wanted to show in a little bit of Monster Hunter, because this is the game that I'm playing. I mean, like, dude, this game is so fucking fun. It's essentially a combo fighting game that also you like fight monsters with other people. So I just have to show some of this. I mean, I got this giant ass longsword, and I'm just fucking going full samurai, slinging this shit around. I mean, like, look at this, jumping up and down, doing all this crazy red flashing shit. I mean, like, dude, this game is fucking awesome. So I mean, ending the night with this relaxes me like you would not believe. This is so much fun. And then after that, I wake up the next day ready to party. So Saturday comes along, got a beautiful night's sleep thanks to playing some Monster Hunter all night. got the eBay stuff taken care of the day before, so don't have to worry about that. So I can just wake up, roll out of bed, literally wearing the clothes that I'm going to be doing stuff in that day. Don't have to overthink anything. Don't have to wake up with my brain still going from the night before. I mean, again, I really just like waking up like that and having my head calm down the night before. Doesn't do me any good going to bed like within, even if I go to bed within half an hour of working the day before, my mind is still running at a million times an hour. So I need at least an hour to relax and just chill out, watch movies, play video games, whatever the case is. So wake up, feed the fatty baby. Today, I actually ran out of bananas. So instead of bananas, we're doing grapes and kale, which I know is a little bit of a flip up for him, but I think it's just, he's just a sugar addict. He just loves his fruit. He loves any sort of juicy, munchy in his mouth, anything that's like that. Tyrone's just like, fuck yeah. But before I can give him his munchies, I've got to make the bed. He's like, "Hey, come on. This is when you come in the room." He's like, "I can smell that you've literally." He's like, "Luke, I could smell it. I can literally smell the fruit on the plate." And so he's already all gassed up and ready to party, looking around. He's like, "Hey, come on. I could smell it in your fingers. I could smell it in the plate." First, we got to give him the tummy pets because I am paranoid and I pet Tyrone's stomach for probably 10, 15 minutes a day easily. And it's just like right behind his little shoulders up front, right above, like right in the middle of his spine area. And I literally just go in there and I just give him his tummy a bunch of like massagey rubs. And that's just to make sure that any food, any cardboard that he's eating, any hay, whatever, it's got, it's massaged its way. He's ready to poop it all out. His, tummy is, his intestines or whatever are a well-oiled, massaged pooping machine. In the future, I'd actually low-key like to have a composting rabbit, like, side hustle where I just sell all of the poops and stuff that, my rabbits do because, I mean, he eats so good and all he does is eat hay and cardboard and fruit and lettuce that his poops have got to make for some of like the best composting, like, and like his hay pellets and everything like that. Like, I'm really curious how much farmers would pay for that stuff because it really is pretty good. And second day in a row where we had a lot of sun out, which is like, talk about big W. And another thing, guys, make sure you massage your scalps. Get some of that old hair, get some of the old scalp tissue, any like, not scalp tissue, but, get any of that stuff. You don't want to like keep your head without anything. So make sure either to, scrape it with not scrape it, but massage it, get in there when you're showering your head, you just, I don't know. It feels like something that like black guys know because black guys go bald or like look way better bald than like white guys. And they're always like massaging, rubbing, lotioning, etc. Feels like a black guy thing. And white people don't like, even though I'm not like white technically, like I'm technically Hispanic. I'm more Hispanic than I am white by blood. But so that's just, wake up in the morning, give my head a nice good massage, get that moving. And there was a little bit of an edit there. I don't know if you checked because I actually went and weighed myself and then I took a dump and then re-weighed myself. And I was literally like 3 pounds lighter than I was after taking a dump. So made sure to do all of that before I went and added that all to my little daily calendar because, yeah, I mean, that's just something, again, that you add on. If you've drank a whole bunch of water, if you've pooped, anything like that, you want to make sure you've got that measured down. And something that I remembered to record this time that I wanted to record is pounding a whole bunch of water. I know it went by real quick because speed is, sped up for this clip. But yeah, I mean, I am pounding like 10 ounces of water, if not more. And after that is done, we're going to be doing our Vermont trip after this. But before I go to Vermont, make sure to upload the vlogs that we had edited, because I'm trying to stay no more than 3 days in between uploads. Or if it's 3 days, it's like that next half day. Like, for example, today, right now after this vlog will probably be going up on the 24th around 4 o'clock, somewhere around there. And I think the last time I uploaded was Saturday. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then so it's Saturday afternoon, Sunday the full day, and then Monday day and a half. Okay, so I didn't do the best job at recording this, but I took my garlic and I cut off a bunch of cloves. And so then I took those cloves and I peeled the skin off, which getting the skin off is pretty easy. So all I made sure to do was to get the end of it off. And once I had the end off, you kind of just twist it, apply pressure to it, and just kind of wiggle. You're kind of wiggling the garlic around on the inside. And my hands are a little wet now, so it's not the best, but there you go. Boom, get the garlic off. And then so you take a piece of saran wrap, you put it down on your cutting board, and then you get your, there you go, boom, you just get your metal spoon. Gotta use something metal or you're gonna break it, like I broke my other hitting spoon literally 2 seconds ago. And so we're literally just crushing the garlic with the back end of the spoon. And so I obviously didn't set it up properly because I just wanted to show you guys it right here. But there you go, boom. Crushed garlic. Shout out to YouTube Shorts for showing me that. Come over to our meat. So spray our pan. We've got our meat, which has not just the garlic, but has already been seasoned. And I've added onions to it, as well as just salt, pepper, garlic, all that stuff. Then we're gonna take all of our meat and put it in our pan, mush it down. Boom, 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 boom. All of that. We've got our oven already prepped, air fryer. Once we're done with the preparation of our meat and everything, throw it in the air fryer. I ended up putting some cheese on there off camera because I am addicted to cheese. It's one of the few things that I cannot kick. I mean, that and like my bit of sugar, right? So cover that with some salt, pepper. This is literally onions, garlic, meat, and taco seasoning. Throw a little bit of ketchup on that, and then I'm going to start cutting it up because this is, again, we're done with everything for the first half of the day. We've got our eBay stuff coming up next, so I'm just getting some nice lean meat, some protein, not really trying to have too many carbs, not trying to load up too crazy. I've got a lot of driving to do, and I'm not trying to be like super full while I'm driving. I just know that I've got to hit certain protein goals a day, and so emphasize hitting those protein goals. Again, we're going to be, after doing the Vermont trip, we're going to be doing some landscaping stuff. So I go into the garage and start sharpening up the axes. I've got two main ones. The only two ones I really use. I mean, if anything is past this, I just stick to using a chainsaw because usually, I mean, between the hand axe and the big double-sided, I mean, I can cut down pretty much everything that I need to cut down, at least as far as like the jobs that I do are concerned. And I've got, hedge trimmer stuff. Those are obviously like automated, electric. And then I've got the chainsaws, which I mentioned. I just said hedge clippers. So yes, I've got hedge clippers, chainsaws, and then my two axes. And between that covers 99% of the landscaping work that I do. And if there's anything past that point, I just go rent something from Home Depot if I really need to. But I don't take on jobs like that if it requires something like that. And just wanted to include a little bit of the Vermont driving. Vermont's really nice. I like that it's got a lot of trees, single roads, nice speed limits, and just, nice pretty area. And we were going up there to get some sports tube stuff and go up there, grab that. This is the town that I ended up going to. I think it was Pulteney? Jesus Christ, what is with this fucking Cloverfield shaky cam? Am I literally in a horror movie? It does not feel when I'm driving and I'm recording it like live, it does not look that shaky. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry about that if you get any motion sickness. What's the deal? This one's not bad. Like, this one's not bad at all, and I don't get why the other one was, like, shaky like that. So, again, sorry about that. But you could see it off in the distance. There's a nice ski mountain over there in the corner, top right. And, yeah, so after that, back home. Well, not back home, but back, in my hometown, going to do some landscaping stuff. And thankfully, they've already got a lawnmower, so I don't have to worry about bringing a lawnmower or driving with any of that kind of stuff. And this is a cool, I like the Ryobi ones. They're electric, brushless, the batteries recharge super fast, and they automatically push themselves, which is kind of cool. I end up I'm not using the bag on it. I'm just pushing it around and putting the grass back onto itself, and that's because it kind of helps itself grow a little bit better, especially when the grass is so short and it's just finishing up with winter. I don't like to I don't like to get the shavings or whatever and throw them away. I just literally mow it right back onto itself. And oh man, they're going to be going through and doing some gas line work and ripping up all the gardens and ripping up all this stuff. So that's going to be fun for this person to deal with. And after that, go into the backyard. Going to be doing some lawn mowing, and then after that, some more gardening, landscaping stuff. So my camera actually ends up dying close to here because I didn't realize how cold it was, and I didn't realize how low my battery was. I was like, man, my phone was like charged up like crazy. Why'd the battery just die? And it was like, oh yeah, because it's like 35 degrees out. And so after that, camera dies, head over to the gym, get myself a nice little sauna, hot tub, steam room action. After that, leave, head back to the car. I recorded this just so I had a little bit of extra time to talk about, how nice the steam sauna hot tub is and how important it is for people to add it into their daily lives. Any sort of recovery, especially if you're doing any sort of lifting, gym, putting pressure on your joints, putting, pressure, or muscle stimulation, anything like that. I cannot emphasize how crazy of a difference it is when you're doing recovery things versus just, doing it raw. Even if you're just cold showering, even if you're just hot tubbing, for 10, 15 minutes, it's a crazy difference. I mean, a absolutely crazy difference when you're doing it and you're not doing it. So something that you should definitely check into. I'm getting a phone call, of course, while I'm recording the end of this. All right, so before we were so rudely interrupted, finishing up dinner time, I've got some meat casserole. That was some mozzarella. What, mozzarella? Mozzarella Firefox? No, mozzarella that put on that. Just got some meat sauce, mozzarella, a couple pieces of garlic bread. And it's time to just chill and watch YouTube and eat and, enjoy the rest of the night, because coming up tomorrow, aka today, Sunday, we've got a lot of landscaping to do, and I should probably edit that sample to say landscaping before this video goes live. So today started off a little bit later than I wanted to, and that's just because it was super cold outside, and there's just like not a whole lot I can do with the batteries in the cold, and especially if the sun's not out. But the sun did come out, so just kind of took my time, got some mots, did some early morning Wordle, and I wanted to include this Wordle because I literally I put all of my guesses in the top bar of the top search address bar, right? And I ended up guessing the word, but I didn't put it in as my actual guess. And I couldn't fucking believe it.
No way! No way! No way! No way! No way! No way!
So after my brain is now fully awake because it could not believe that I had the word and I literally didn't guess it, I was like, all right, now it's warm enough outside. The body is significantly warmed up after that little Wordle rage. So make the bed, and then it's time to get out and start getting this landscaping job finished. I already had the vast majority of what I wanted to get done. This was essentially just getting like like the trim of everything done. I already finished all the stuff in the house. I already finished painting and everything, and now it's just time to put the trim on the baseboards. Well, actually, you put the trim on the baseboards before you paint. Bad house example or analogy. But essentially, I was just kind of finishing up some of the weeding, finishing up some of the trim, because I want to get this job, like get an extension on this job. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go through, pull all these weeds, get this section of the ground or section of the garden trimmed up, because yes, you could just get weed killer spray. However, I do not want cancer, and I do not want to have a terrible, like, everlasting cough for the rest of my life, and I don't want to have to deal with all of these other side effects. So despite the fact that it needs me to be on my ground, and yes, it might be, back breaking work, you can see during some of these sections, I've got a nice little Asian squat going, and that's one of the benefits of staying in good shape and making sure you do your stretching, is because honestly, it's not that bad. Being in the Asian squat and just ripping up, stuff, switch positions over to my knees a little bit, but it ends up looking pretty good. And then do some raking, get the ground nice and separated, aerated. It's significantly browner than it did look before, and the person that I did this for is actually fairly happy, and I think I'll get an extension no problem. But yes, just literally preparing all of this dirt so that when the summertime comes, it'll be prepared to do some nice gardening, plant some flowers, maybe plant some just simple stuff, like maybe plant just maybe not plant food, but plant some nice bushes, plant some nice flowers. Honestly, one of the biggest weeds that kept popping up in here was like a green, was it green onions? Every time I was ripping these things up, I was getting hungry because I kept smelling the onion flavor, like shallots almost. And so get that stuff all prepared out. Then after that, it's time to do the second part of the garden trim, and that's reorganizing this rock wall that had become lost to all of the weeds and, lost to all of the moss. So I wanted to essentially clean up the rest of the weeds and clean up the rest of this rock wall, and then go to the person and be like, hey, doesn't this look good? Don't you want the rest of the garden to look like this? So if you do, then, let's talk about extending this contract into the summertime. So it was literally just, taking the weeds off, taking the moss off, and just making it so you could actually see the line of rocks. And in the future, that would be a nice nice project I'd like to do. And that's like really, organize up the rocks and, dig out a nice little trench and, put some nice sand under there and make it so it really looks good. And then after all of that, head over to the gym, do my sauna, do my steam, get that going, and because after that it's time to do another 3.5 hour drive, 3 hour drive back up, and you could see I'm looking good, I'm feeling good. I got my new Phillies hat, I've got my dashiki on, I am absolutely vibing, and mustache looking clean. All right, all right, all right. And who remembers what I was even saying? I think I was saying, like, let's go, baby. But yeah, there we go. That's it for the vlog. Got my back all prepared to be stop go traffic. And thanks for watching. Like if you like, subscribe, follow, smoke grass, eat ass, be excellent to each other. And as always, I will see you in the next video.